Your rent feels high, your daily expenses eat into whatever savings you have left, and the idea of holding $1 billion is as difficult to grasp as the size of a galaxy. Yet, individuals like Jeff Bezos have managed to build fortunes hundreds of times that size. That reality sits in sharp contrast to the path you were told, studying for a university degree simply to land a job. It leads to a specific kind of frustration. You watch others reach these heights while you manage student debt, feeling as though you're on the losing side of a system you don't understand. This disparity exists because the math we are taught contains a built-in limit. The foundational formula society uses to calculate wealth is flawed from the very first variable. Look at the school system's equation. Wealth equals hourly wage multiplied by hours worked. This bottleneck relies on a finite resource, time. At $20 an hour, it takes 24 years to reach $1 million. Factor in taxes and inflation, and it's significantly lower. By the time you reach millionaire status on this path, your youth has already passed. Trading time for a salary creates a hard ceiling on what you can achieve. To find the correct formula, we have to look at how capitalism actually functions. Imagine a cleaner, physically exhausting themselves every day, and an accountant, sitting at a desk. The cleaner exerts more physical effort, yet the market pays the accountant exponentially more money. This happens because the market ignores effort. You are paid in proportion to your perceived value and the scarcity of your skill. A cleaner is easily replaced, while an accountant who saves a client thousands on their taxes provides a value that is harder to find. When you solve for value instead of time, your background stops being a barrier. Data from WealthX shows that 68% of the world's ultra-wealthy are self-made. Oprah Winfrey leveraged this system, starting from poverty to build a media empire. Sarah Blakely became a billionaire by identifying a friction point in the clothing market and building a product to solve it. These founders didn't work millions of times harder than the cleaner. They simply used a different equation. To build wealth, you stop chasing money and start chasing high-friction problems. The formula is this: wealth equals the magnitude of the problem you solve, multiplied by the scalability of your solution. Amazon identified the hassle of physical stores and delivery delays. They solved a billion-dollar problem, and the market rewarded them accordingly. Solving the problem is only half the math. You must also scale the solution. A yoga teacher charging by the hour is constrained by geography and their own energy. An online course, however, can run 24/7 for a global audience. This requires automation. By using systems and software to handle distribution, you decouple your personal time from the money generation process. If your solution requires your direct physical presence to generate revenue, you haven't built a business. You have created another time-bound job. When you build a machine that successfully scales, you reach the climax of the equation, the acquisition. This is the moment a founder cashes in the asset they built. This is how Instagram was acquired for $1 billion. It is the same pattern that allowed PayPal to be sold for $1.5 billion, injecting hundreds of millions into the founders' pockets. These paydays represent the fruition of the new equation, generating a scale of wealth that sits beyond the reach of an hourly wage. In the end, the dollars are placeholders, digits on a screen and paper given weight by collective belief. The objective was something else. Solving these problems provides total mental and physical freedom from financial anxiety. The billionaire equation functions as a mechanism to reclaim your most limited resources.